All right then, so now all we have to do is to go ahead and start working on the landing screen. So let's go ahead and start work on the initial one. So I'm gonna close everything, close it, and let me open the page.tsx. This is the home page, right? This is the place where we are going to display all these informations and everything. Okay, so first what I'm going to do, I'm gonna wrap this entire stuff into the container from add components container. Okay, so now it is being wrapped, and inside here I'm going to create myself a div, class name, width of course it's going to be full, and height of course it's going to be 96 something, I think so, 384 pixels, and bg which is going to be gray 100 for the time being. Let's check it out how it's looking. Okay, this is how it looks like. Okay, so all I have to do is this is on the mobile screens, but on the medium devices onwards, height of course it's going to be 420 pixels. Okay, this is how it's supposed to be on big screen. This is how it looks. Okay, perfectly fine. Okay, so inside here now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure this position is going to be relative, and inside here I'm going to bring and load that image from next image. Okay, so let's say I need to bring this image, right? So okay, so wait a minute. I need to group along with this one. Wait. Yep, this is the one I needed. So I need to export this group. So let me export this one as SVG itself. Export it. Then I can get this SVG and bring it into the public assets SVG. Instead of group, I can say hero. Then I can bring that image over here. Full, class name, width full, height full, object cover. Then alternative, I can simply say hero. Then I can bring the source, which is coming from slash assets slash svg slash hero dot svg. So I can simply save this and I can have a look at it. All right, so now this is how it looks. Okay, so I'm going to make sure perfect. Now inside here I'm gonna bring one more division, div class name, which is going to be absolute, and z index should be top, and inset it's going to be, and then flex item center, justify center, and I'm going to have a paragraph tag hi there. Save it. Now I should able to see this. Okay, so now this is on the mobile devices, but from the medium devices I just need to say justify it on the start, so it's need to be there. So for this division I'm gonna have padding needs to be 4 and padding 8 on the from the medium devices onwards. Otherwise I need to add the padding over here. Yep, I need to add that padding over here. So now here what I need to do, I need to bring this, instead of this I'm going to bring a badge. So let me get into the badge. So I'm gonna copy this and bring this, create a new terminal, paste it. So now we have the badge. So let me bring the badge over here, badge from add components. Then I just need to say welcome to PM Gold Finance. Save it. So I should be able to see that over here, the badge. All right, then right after here I just need to say true financial support for you. So I'm just going to bring the h2 tag, true financial support for you. So the better way is to copy this and go to the chat GPT and paste it over here and ask the alternate content for this code. So that is going to give you some catchy code for this. So in this case, I'm just going to use the reliable financial assistant for you. Paste it. I think that would make some necessary thing. So I'm going to make sure this as a flex. Then inside here, I'm going to wrap this into a division, then paste it. And for that division, I'm going to add some styles. So class name, flex item center, justify center, and the flex column, and the gap needs to be 6. So I need to have some gap. So for this h2 tag, I'm going to say class name. So to Excel on the mobile devices, but from the medium devices, it's going to be 4 Excel. Okay, then font semi bold. Okay, then I need to add some BR tag over here. So for this, the text needs to be center, just like that. Okay, so that's how it looks. And instead of 4 Excel, let me keep it as 3 Excel itself. That would be more appropriate. Then for the badge, I'm going to keep the variant of the badge as the outline. That's how it looks. Then I think it would be much better on this way itself. Then I need to bring a button. Okay, a button. I'm just going to say explore now, something like that. A button like that. Okay, for this button, let's say class name. I'm gonna px, it's going to be the padding. I'm gonna increase the padding left and right, so it would be then rounded full, just like that. Okay, that would looks much better even now. So I think that would be more appropriate. Okay, perfectly fine. Then all I have to do is to bring the next section, which is going to be this one, this bottom section. So right after this division, I'm going to create one more division, class name, which is going to be width as full and height as 40 or 44, okay, 48, BG, which is going to be gray, 900, save it. That's how it looks, BG gray 900. Then inside everything, it's going to be 4 different sections. So I'm gonna say grid, grid, grid column 2, and medium devices onwards, grid column 4. And this is on the medium devices. Height needs to be automatic, but on the medium devices, heights need to be fixed. And then padding needs to be 6, and the medium devices padding needs to be 8, right? So inside here, I'm gonna create myself these sections over here. Okay, so over here, all I have to do is to create a div, which is going to simply display the values h1, which is going to be 90 percentage. Save it. And inside here, I'm gonna bring a button, which is going to say 90 percentage loan approved, something like that. Okay, which is going to display over here. Then for this division, I'm going to say class name, flex item center, justify everything center, then flex needs to be column, then gap needs to be 4. Okay, then for this class name, for this 90 percentage, I'm just going to say text Excel, and then text needs to be gray 50, and then font needs to be bold. That's how it looks. Let's make it a little bit bigger, so 2XL. Okay, that would be fine. Then for this button, I'm just going to say class name, which is going to be bglo 500, something like that. Then text needs to be blue 900. Then text LG, font semi bold. That's how it looks. Okay, now that would be fine. Then now let's copy this division, paste it 4 more times, and what else we do have? 90k, something like that. Let's say 90k daily payments, and 100,000 plus 1,000 plus happy customers. Okay, 100% financial solutions. All right, so now for the color, I'm going to keep this as sky, and the text this as this black, just like this. Okay, 90% loan approved. So for every button, hover, which is going to be bglo 600, but for these and for this, sky 600, like that. All right, so now it's perfectly fine. Then we need to bring over here the why we choose as. Okay, so right after this division alone, I'm gonna create myself a div, class name, margin top and bottom, which is going to be 16, and width, of course, it's going to be full. Flex, item center, justify center, and flex needs to be column direction, and gap needs to be 8. Hit the enter. Then h2, create one more division, class name, flex, item center, justify center, gap needs to be 6, and flex needs to be in a column direction. Save it. Inside here, I'm going to bring the h2 tag, which is going to say why choose as. Save it. That's how it looks like. Then for this class name, which is going to be text Excel on the mobile devices, and then text 3XL, and font semi bold, and okay, 3XL needs to be on the medium device onwards. Then text color needs to be gray 800. Save it. That's how it looks. Perfect. Then right after here, I'm going to create a division, which is going to be width as 24, height as 1, rounded medium, bg sky 300, like that. Then I'm going to copy and paste it one more time. I'm going to wrap these into a division, paste it. Then for this division, I'm going to say class name, flex, item center, justify center, and gap needs to be 4, just like that. This is how it looks. Okay, so why choose as? So that's how it looks. Okay, so right after here, I need to bring a paragraph tag, class name, width needs to be 3 by 4th, full width needs to be full, but on the medium devices onwards, width needs to be the 75% of the width, and the text needs to be in the center, and the text it's going to use the size as LG, and the text it's going to be muted 400. And here, and let's ask the write the content for this financial website, why choose us section. So it's going to give us the why choose us section. So I'm just going to say trust and secure, copy this, and I'm going to paste it. So it is going to say trust and secure your financial well-being is our top priority. We ensure your transactions and confidential handling of your information. So that would be more appropriate content to display. Then we need to display the our services. So I'm going to copy this, paste it, and I'm going to delete this paragraph tag. Instead of why chooses, I'm going to say our best services. Save it, and that it's how it is going to looks like, right? It's perfectly fine. And in between this why choose us, we need to bring all these these options and everything, right? So right after this paragraph, I'm going to create myself a division, which is going to be class name, and which is going to be grade column 1, but medium devices onwards, grade column it's going to be 4. Okay, then gap needs to be 4. Here we need to bring all those sections. So in order to do that, let me get into the helpers, library helper, and here I'm just going to say export const why choose us. It's going to be an array and array of objects. It's going to be image, which is going to be slash assets slash svg slash choose one dot svg. Then I need to bring the content. Okay, so where is the chat GPT? We need to have 4 different text, right? So first, this is the one, copy and paste it. Oops, copy and paste it. So this is the content. I think I need 4. I think this one I already added this one. So let me enable the word wrap. So I'm going to keep this as the heading. So heading, it's going to be fast and free process. Then content. Copy this and paste it. And I'm going to copy this content and paste it. So this is going to be 2. This is going to be 3. This is going to be 4. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it. For content writing, use the chat GPT. That would be really helpful for you. Expert guidance. Paste it. Then competitive rates. And then paste that one also over here. Now all we have to do is to get back. So you guys can choose your own SVG images as you wish, right? In this case, I'm going to download this SVG images all one by one. Export SVG, export the group 9. I'm going to bring this, and then I'm just going to say change this to choose one. because that is what I'm using over here. Choose one. Okay, so then I need to get this. This time this is going to be choose two. Then now this one, and I need to export this one as well as SVG, SVG. Let me bring this over here and bring it over here. Three and four. All right. So now we have all those things perfectly mapped, and now all I have to do is to get back over here. And how does it looks? Okay, so it doesn't have anything. Now all I have to do is to get back over here and choose the card, copy this, and let me install it, install the card. Done. So here I'm just going to say why choose as dot map function open, and I'm going to get the item, then render it. Then I'm going to bring the card key, which is going to be item dot heading. It's unique. Otherwise what we can do is we can wrap this guys into, and I can get the index. I can supply the index over here. Then I can get the image source, which is going to be item dot image. Then I can access the alternative, which is going to be the image. Then I can simply say width as 50, height as 50. Then I need to display the card title, which is in case it's going to be item dot heading. Then card description, which is in case it's going to be item dot content. So let's say the changes and how does it looks. Okay, so this is how it looks, and I need to adjust the padding. So px it's going to be 8, but on the medium devices it's going to be 12. Okay, I think this could be enough. And for the card, all I have to do is to shadow class name, shadow, which is going to be none. I don't need any shadow. Then I don't need the border. Then padding, of course, it needs to be flex column, item center, and justify everything center. Then the gap, it needs to be 2. Okay, then for this class name, text needs to be center. So text will be in the center location. Perfectly fine. Then otherwise for this we can keep it as hassle-free process. I think that would be more fine. Then for this content section, I'm just going to say class name, text center, and the text size needs to be extremely small, just like this. And I need to increase the gap between them. So let's make this gap as 4. Yep. Now I think that would be more appropriate. Okay. And it is completely responsive. If you check it out over here, the entire site is completely responsive. See, just like that. Okay. And even we can make this on the top sections as well as instead of column 2, we can change this into column 1. So that would be in the column 1 section, just like this. and we need to have some gap, which is going to be 8. So now we have some gap. I think um for the button, for this button, I can say width as full. It should occupy this width 100%. Perfectly fine. Now on the small screens, that's how it looks. All right, so now it's looking so perfectly fine. So we finished this, what is that? The white chooses section and then the banner section. Now all we have to do is to go ahead and start finishing the our services section, this content. Once we finish that, then we can go on to work on the calculate sections. Once we finish that, then we can come over here, then the testimonial sections, and then the footer sections, and that's all we have to do, right? So let's go ahead and do that everything one by one. And at the end, we have to bring the contact section as well as inside over here. Then that needs to save that inquiry sections into our database. Oh, still we have a long way to do that. Okay, so all I'm going to do is to wrap all those things into a separate sections. So I'm going to cut this out and I'm going to make this as the banner section as a separate component. I'm going to create myself a new component called banner section tsx, use client rafc banner section, paste it, and let's bring the image and let's bring the badge, let's bring the button, and here this is supposed to be @/components. Okay, and this is supposed to be a section tag. Save it, and let's import this one. So now you should be able to see the same thing without any changes. Let's do this over here. Let's keep it as the button section. Let's create a new file called button-section.tsx, use client rafc. Let's keep it as the button section, and let me paste it over here. So this and this needs to be a section tag, and I need to import this button, and that is supposed to be @/components. Delete it, save it, and let's import this one over here. Save it. Still it's going to give you the same thing. So I'm gonna cut this, and I'm going to keep this as y choose as section. I'm going to create a new file called y choose as section.tsx, use client rafc y choose as section, and then paste it over here, import this one, and import this card, import this image. Oops, image needs to be imported from next image, and card title, card description, import, make sure everything is imported properly. Bring this on the top, bring this on the bottom. I don't need this one, and this is supposed to be @/components. All right, so save it, and let us get back over here and import it. And I'm going to cut this out, and here I'm just going to say our services. This is supposed to be section. Save it. And I'm going to create a new component over here, our services.tsx. Use client RAFC, our services, and I'm going to paste it and change this into a section. Delete this unwanted import, then import this guy as well as. So now let's delete all the unwanted import sections. All right, so by this way we can keep our home page clean and we can target only those sections whenever we want to make some necessary changes. Okay, so here I'm just going to get back over here, changes, and then I'm just going to say home page UI initiated and why choose us and banner section completed. All right then, so now let's go ahead and start working on the next section, which is our services.